Elon Musk refused take ugly wife, attend party, but after gorgeous disguise, he shocked her, beautiful and loves her. Elon Musk stood in front of the mirror in his expansive bedroom, his tie hanging loosely around his neck. The invitation to the high-profile gala had arrived weeks ago, but tonight, as he adjusted his suit, he felt an unusual unease. Tallulah, his wife, was excited about attending, but Elon had refused to let her come along. "It's not your kind of crowd," he'd said earlier, his voice calm but firm. Tallulah, hurt by his words, had stood silently, her hands gripping the edge of the dining table. "I know you think I don't fit in with your world, Elon," she had whispered, "but I love you, and I only wanted to be there for you." Elon avoided her gaze and muttered, "It's not about love. It's about appearances. This is business." Without another word, he left the room, leaving Tallulah alone with her thoughts. At the party, Elon was the center of attention as always. People swarmed around him, eager to hear his insights or snag a moment of his time. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers, and laughter echoed against the marble walls. Yet even amidst the grandeur, Elon felt a nagging void, an emptiness he couldn't quite place. Hours later, just as he was about to leave, a stunning woman entered the room. Her elegance was unmatched, her shimmering gown reflecting the light like a cascade of stars. Whispers filled the air as heads turned toward her. Elon found himself unable to look away. She moved gracefully through the crowd, her confidence radiating with every step. When she reached him, she smiled, a warm, familiar smile that made his heart skip a beat. "Hello, Mr. Musk," she said, her voice soft but steady. Elon's brow furrowed. There was something hauntingly familiar about her, but he couldn't place it. "Have we met?" he asked, his curiosity piqued. The woman chuckled, her eyes glinting mischievously. "You tell me," she replied, her voice laced with an edge of challenge. Before he could respond, a waiter accidentally spilled champagne near them, causing a minor commotion. In the chaos, the mysterious woman disappeared into the crowd. Elon spent the next hour searching for her, his mind racing with questions. Who was she? Why did she seem so familiar? And why couldn't he shake the feeling that he had made a terrible mistake? The answers were closer than he thought. As Elon stepped out of the ballroom, his mind was still fixated on the mysterious woman. The valet brought his car around, but instead of heading home, he found himself driving aimlessly through the city streets, lost in thought. The memory of her voice, her smile, it stirred something deep within him, something he couldn't ignore. When he finally returned to his mansion, the house was eerily quiet. Tallulah's usual presence, her laughter, her gentle humming, was absent. For the first time in years, he felt the weight of her absence. He climbed the stairs to their bedroom, expecting her to be asleep, but the room was empty. A single note sat on the bed. "You don't see me, Elon. Maybe you never did. But tonight, I needed you to." His hands trembled as he read the words, and suddenly everything clicked. The woman at the party, the one who had captivated not just him, but the entire room, had been Tallulah, his wife, disguised, transformed, and unrecognizable. She had orchestrated the entire night, forcing him to confront his shallow assumptions. Elon sank onto the edge of the bed, the note still in his hand. He could picture her carefully planning this, knowing the risk, knowing it might break them. Yet she had done it, not to hurt him, but to make him see, and she had succeeded. Guilt gnawed at him. He remembered the times he had dismissed her ideas, ignored her dreams, and overlooked the vibrant woman she truly was. Tallulah wasn't just his wife, she was a force, a light he had taken for granted. He sprang to his feet and called her phone, but it went straight to voicemail. Frustration mounted as he dialed again and again, with no response. His mind raced. Where could she have gone? Then, like a bolt of lightning, it hit him. Their favorite spot, the small cafe where they had shared their first date. It was a place of laughter and dreams before the weight of fame and expectations had clouded their lives. Elon grabbed his coat and rushed out, the mansion's emptiness echoing behind him. The drive to the cafe felt like an eternity, every red light testing his patience. When he finally arrived, his heart sank. The cafe was closed, the windows dark, and the street empty. But as he turned to leave, something caught his eye. Sitting on the bench outside, wrapped in a coat and staring at the stars, was Tallulah. She didn't look like the woman from the party anymore. No glittering gown, no elaborate makeup. She looked like herself, raw and beautiful, the way he should have always seen her. Elon approached cautiously, his voice barely above a whisper. "Tallulah." She turned to him, her eyes red but steady. "Did you figure it out, Elon? Did you finally see me?" He knelt before her, his usual confidence replaced by vulnerability. "I saw you, and I saw myself, the man who didn't deserve you. But I want to. I want to be the man who sees you, every day, for who you are." For the first time that night, her expression softened. "And who am I, Elon?" He took her hands in his. "You're my equal, my strength, my reason, and I'll never make the mistake of forgetting that again." Tallulah studied him for a moment before speaking. "I need more than words, Elon. I need you to prove it. Not to me, but to yourself." He nodded, a fire igniting within him. "I will, starting now." This time, as they walked back to the car hand in hand, Elon wasn't just a billionaire or a genius. He was a husband ready to rebuild what truly mattered. Weeks passed, and true to his word, Elon began to change. Not with grand gestures, but in small, meaningful ways. He started listening more, not just to Tallulah, but to the people around him. He made it a habit to join her on her charity projects, which he had once dismissed as too small to matter. For the first time in years, they laughed together, dreamed together, and found themselves rediscovering the love they thought they had lost. But Tallulah wasn't ready to let her guard down completely. She wanted proof that Elon's transformation wasn't temporary. One evening, she handed him an envelope. Inside was an invitation to a formal gala, a charity event she had been organizing for months. "This is your chance, Elon," she said softly. "Show them what I see in you." The night of the event, Tallulah was nervous. The crowd was buzzing with excitement, waiting for Elon Musk to arrive. But as the minutes turned into hours, there was no sign of him. She forced herself to smile, mingling with guests and pretending she wasn't disappointed. Just as the evening's main presentation was about to begin, the lights dimmed. A hush fell over the crowd as a spotlight illuminated the stage. To everyone's surprise, Elon walked out, not in his usual tailored suit, but wearing a plain t-shirt and jeans. "I'm not here as Elon Musk, the CEO," he began, his voice steady but humble. "Tonight, I'm here as a man who almost lost the most important person in his life because he forgot what really matters. My wife taught me that true power isn't in rockets or companies, it's in connection, compassion, and courage." The room erupted in applause, but Elon's eyes never left Tallulah's. She stood frozen, her heart pounding as he continued. "Tallulah, you showed me what it means to see someone for who they truly are. And tonight, I want the world to know that every step I take forward is because of you." He extended his hand toward her, inviting her to join him on stage. As she walked up, tears streaming down her face, the crowd rose to their feet, cheering. For the first time in a long time, Tallulah felt seen, not as Elon Musk's wife, but as the woman who had always stood by him, even when he couldn't see her worth. Later that night, as they danced under the stars, Elon whispered, "Thank you for not giving up on me." Tallulah smiled, resting her head on his shoulder. "Thank you for finally seeing me." We all have someone in our lives who quietly supports us, inspires us, and stands by us even when we don't always deserve it. Take a moment today to let them know how much they mean to you. Because sometimes seeing someone for who they truly are can change everything.